Hey everybody, welcome to Smashing Game Time. We are two brothers that go through gaming's back catalog of yesteryear. I am your host, Nick. I am joined, as always, by my brother, Josh.
Good day to all.
Hey, look at that. You did a normal one. You didn't do a weird
I
bullshit
couldn't
one.
I'm not trying anything fancy right now. I'm just let's get to the nitty gritty. It's the reason people are here. They don't want to hear Josh try to struggle to talk.
So, funny you say that. So you're sick. You're sick right now, right?
I'm very yes, very.
Is it coming out the front or is it coming out the back? What's going on?
Right now, definitely the back. I mean, straight up, my toilet is more brown than white.
Oof, that's rough. That's
Yeah.
rough. I don't think YouTube's gonna like that in the opening minute.
I mean, if they can't handle a little bit of poop, but they can do skibbity toilet, I mean,
How much of Skibbity Toilet have you watched, by the way?
enough to know I don't want anything to do with it.
How much?
I think I watched when Mark Pride, dear Lord, when God, I can't think of his name now to save my life because I'm so tired. One of the YouTubers I watched, he did the game theory and all that
Mhm.
before he quietly retired from like being the presenter and has all these other people presenting. He did one on them, and that was probably like a 30-minute video, so about 30 to 40 minutes, I would say.
I did 2 hours of it one night because I wanted to see I wanted to see the madness. I wanted to see what the madness was about. And, people are addicted to the lore, man. They like, if you scroll down to the and these are little, like, 20-second videos, if that, sometimes.
Mhm.
And every other comment's like, "Hey, man, the lore. Do you see the lore drop in that one? Wow, the lore is amazing."
How can you? I'm sorry. What lore in 20-second videos? No. Uh, Speaking of brain rot, do you know what's, like, really big right now in, like, the younger generation, apparently? And I've tried to watch it, and I'm still trying to understand it, and it doesn't make any sense.
Go ahead and tell me.
Italian brain rot.
It's called Italian brain rot.
Yes.
What is it? Is it brain rot, but like with a little bit of this? That
Oh,
was
well,
I
no, no,
guess that was more
you're
French.
like almost there. It is brain rot, but it has the, like, Italian language
Is
and, like, their culture.
is it just like a JPEG that's lost all its pixels of Tony Soprano? Hey, what's the
No,
matter at you?
it's straight up like, one of the videos I saw is straight up, like, top 20 like AI generated creatures, and it's just like that's basically it. Is that was the video I watched, was the top 20 mythical Italian creatures with Italian names.
Why? Why is
I
this a
don't know.
thing?
I don't know either. I don't know if it's just because I'm too old. It's like the tricks, like the feeling you're a kid, you see the shapes, but then as you get an adult, when they turn into like balls. I don't know if that's the case. Like if we've just gotten to an age where we can't go back and like understand like
The
that
vi
thought pattern.
the
But
video was the top 10 AI generated Italian monsters.
yeah, I'll see if I can find it again.
The
Um,
here's my thing, like, people are really good at creating their own like, Slender Man was just a creation from somebody, fucking the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, the Hat Man. You know the Hat Man, right? The Hat Man's like the sleep paralysis demon.
yeah,
Do you do you have a sleep paralysis demon?
no, thank God.
I do. I
That's terrifying.
I haven't seen him in, like, 6 years, but, when I was living in Chicago, I had a bunch of Fat Tire, which is, it's not an IPA, but I think it's a brown ale. Had a bunch of that, was too drunk, got a ride home from a friend, and was offered gummies during the ride home. Or no, I had gummies in my fridge, so I was like, I'm gonna go home and have some gummies. Had half a gummy, didn't hit me for half an hour. Took the other half of the gummy, fell asleep, woke up. There is a man in a tablecloth standing over me.
Is that the same gummies you brought to my house and said, "Oh yeah, dude, you gotta try this," and then left them?
I think they're the gummies I got from you or your friend, by the way. This is around the time of you getting married.
Okay, so you probably got it from Kyle.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
Kyle want you to be putting out into the airwaves that we got him from him?
Well, we're talking about the same guy who did a very poor job of convincing me not to take a whole brownie.
Oh, before the escape room. Yeah, I remember this.
No, I took it after. He told, Rex
Oh,
not to do it before, and Rex is the one who passed out before we even got
yeah,
into
he
it.
slept on the couch before the escape room. He he
Yeah.
won the escape he won the escape room by never going into the
Yeah.
escape room.
That's how you survive horror movies, kid. You do drugs right before you go to any party.
The stoner always dies. Don't listen to Josh. But anyway, people are better at creating. My point is, sleep paralysis demon aside, people are better at creating monsters than AI.
Yeah. So I just put that, video, in, the during show chat
Oh
with the
boy,
link so you could see. 1.6 million views, by the way.
these just look like animals.
Yeah.
These are just animals. These are just animals with like shoes. And kids like this shit.
Yeah. From what I understand, it's because or how it was poorly explained by a kid that I was watching an interview and I was like, so, like explain why this is like so like what makes you go like this is like really cool. It's literally the pronunciations of the words from my understanding.
Okay, we're gonna let's put this up. Let's put this up on the screen, and then we'll do our show chores. But I want to put this up on the screen. Oh wait, wrong screen. Hold on. It's so bad that even my computer's like, no, don't make me do it.
Are you
please,
sure you want to do this?
please, no.
What's
Masyarakat
the commands? Alt
akhir-akhir ini.
F4,
Nono
gotcha.
posto,
All right,
burbaloni,
All right,
luliloli.
hold on. Let me turn up the volume here. All right, are we ready?
As ready as we can be.
All right, let me put it on the screen for you here. 10 Italian brain rot AI animals.
Italian brain rot animals. 10º posto, Boneka Ambalabu. Boneka Ambalabu.
It's a frog
Entitas
with-
jahat yang banyak meresahkan masyarakat
It's a frog
akhir-akhir
with a
ini.
tire
Nono
for a
posto, burbaloni, luliloli.
No, it's a frog with a tire
Burbaloni,
body on
luliloli.
human legs.
Capibarello cocossini.
And a
È
capybara
molto raro
with,
trovare sulle coste di Bali una
basically
noce
a
di
coconut
cocco
body.
unica nel suo
Yeah,
genere che
capybara,
contenga un
yeah.
capibara al suo interno. 8º posto, trippi troppo. Trippi troppi. Troppa
It's a shrimp
trippa.
cat.
3 topi trotterellano, tra tromboni tritati. 7º posto, Bobritto bandito. Oi oi oi. Bobrito
It's a monster
bandito?
beaver.
E il Bobrito gangsterito. Banditelli
These
don
are
Bobrelli.
animals.
Muova curva. No, no,
So
no,
yeah,
no, no.
so the one they
El
showed was
Bobrito de
different from
Curvito.
this, but
6º posto,
this is generally what they're
Bombombini
getting.
Gussini.
Like some of them are like
Bombombini
true
Gusini. Fratello bombardiro
creatures,
crocodilo che svolge
and then
tutte
you
le
get
stesse
these, and it's
funzioni
just
del
like,
fratello. Da bombe alla gente.
why?
Uno
Just
scherzo per chi si è
imagine
trasferito.
you were an artist.
5º posto, Lirili Larila. Lirili Larila. Elefante nel deserto
Okay,
che...
I'm out of here.
I say he's captivated. It's a 2-minute video, and he's like, "Oh, we
I'm
have to
capped.
finish it."
I'm capped. I'm out.
Here's the better part. So obviously, you kids think of the fucking weirdest shit. That what you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that area. The part that bugs me the most is you have adult content creators. I'm gonna very much emphasize on that, who are making videos for it. Not this. I mean, they're not like, oh hey, let's go ahead and make like a top 10 of our own, but we're gonna have like a random generator pull it all up for us, and once it gets picked, we're gonna say if it's 1 through 10.
Just make your own shit, everybody. Just stop it with this bullshit. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being? I don't have to imagine because I am. But imagine being like someone who makes shit and put it out into the world and gets like hell. I had a Rick and Morty piece for my other newsletter, my satire newsletter. Just had 2,000 views. Cool. Like that's really good numbers for me for people reading my shit. But then you look at this brain rot shit that someone typed in a prompt into a thing and then just spliced a video together, and what is this, 10 million views, 1.6 million views.
1.6 million.
It's not the worst I've seen, but like, god damn, dude, just imagine. Like, it kind of makes me want to draw a gun and fucking try to put it in my head sometimes.
Yeah, it's depressing to see for sure, because at least half. I mean, let's be honest. Maybe a fifth of those were actually like kids were like, oh yeah, this is cool, and then you have like maybe what's left of it, like an eighth of them going like us, like, okay, what the hell is this? And then I guarantee the rest have been like nothing but bots.
Well, so here's the thing that bugs me with like all this AI shit. Like the thing I've heard said again and again is it evens the playing field. It people people who don't have the talents to make the shit are going to be able to make shit and put out. And to me, I respond to that and say, hey, yeah, you can make bull. Oh, I just broke my pen. You can make bullshit and put it out into the world, but no one is seeing it. Like the people who shit you're seeing, this shit that you're seeing that we just had up. This is someone with money who's doing this, who has the money to be able to like pay to get those views up, and then just keep doing that until the money runs out. Like this doesn't even any playing field. The great, the great equalizer when it comes to art is money. And if you ain't got no money, you ain't playing the game, son. You ain't doing it. You can make your shit. Like I'm making my album, and I'm gonna put that out here soon. But is that going to find its audience? Probably not. That's the reality of it, because everything is buried under all this other bullshit. And so you got the brain rot bullshit like this that is I guarantee you backed by money, that people are like pushing it so it looks more popular. You've got celebrities who you got celebrities who are well established, who they come into these areas that they're not in, and they're an instant success. It's just kind of maddening. And so yeah, just to hear that like AI, like there's AI, the great leveled playing field. Okay, why do they have Aaron Rodgers talking about it in the commercial, or why do they have like, yeah, the great, like, get the fuck out of here. It's leveling the play. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not.
It's-
Your shit still sucks, and no one is watching your shit.
Just remember, kids, it's all fun and games until AI takes over every single job, and no one can afford food or anything, and then everything shuts down because no one's making money because no one can afford anything because AI took all your jobs.
I look forward to Soylent Green. I'm looking forward to the Soylent Green. I can't wait to start eating people. Is it going to be rich people? Probably not. I'll probably eat a few pores.
I had a coworker who made a good point. We are on the dark timeline, and we are this much closer to being in the Star Trek timeline where nuclear fallout comes.
I'm just saying, man. Just, if someone says, hey, get in this line, we're giving out free samples, maybe don't, because maybe the free sample they're giving out is you. Maybe you fall into a conveyor belt, come out on the other end, you're in a can, they pull you out of the can and put you on a plate and said, hey, free samples, the free samples are over here. They're actually over here. Those idiots, they are the free samples. Fucking morons.
Just remember, save a bullet for yourself.
Always keep one in the chamber for yourself. That might get us kicked off of YouTube. I don't fuck with the algorithm, but the algorithm's like,
well, remember, we're smashing game times. We don't fuck with the algorithm.
What do you think Josh uses that 3D printer for? The only schematic he has in there is a bullet. It's the little blueprint title at the bottom is the last bullet you'll ever need.
Every day I just add another layer to it. That's all it is. I press resume.
Oh yeah, you're out scavenging for like the materials to make the bullet in the 3D printer, and day by day you find piece here, piece there, and then the day it happens, we'll all be there, right?
Well, yeah, it's gonna be streamed live. That's
Jesus
what people
Christ.
want.
No, please stop. No, he's kidding. This is satire. It's a satire.
Complete
it's a joke.
satire. I've got better things to do.
He's happy. He's got a kid. He'll be all right. Let's do our chores.
All right, let's do it.
All right, chore time. We are Smashing Game Time. You can find us anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, and YouTube proper, where we do have a video version of the episode where you can see our lovely faces. We also post the episode on our website, smashinggametime.com, every week. Go check it out over there, because more traffic is good. That's the one place where traffic is good, and we need you there. Fuck the algorithm, tell a friend. We don't fuck with your stars. We don't fuck with your worded reviews. Just tell a friend. I've started to see people that I respect start to beg for reviews and stars, and I'm like, no, I still don't fuck with it. So I don't know, just tell a friend. Maybe break into your friend's house, log onto YouTube, put up our video, and just let it run. If it wakes them up, it wakes them up. They'll turn it off, whatever.
Or, better thought, tie them to a chair and force them to watch every single episode from the beginning to now.
Ooh, that's a lot. What are we at? This is like 162, 163, something like that.
So, I mean, we average, hour 30? So
Average
yeah,
hour
like you
30.
could.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna binge like Breaking Bad or something, it's basically the same timeline. Just make sure you feed them and water them.
I think those first 5 months we were like averaging like 2.5, 3 hours when we were
That's okay.
going through the
Well,
full list.
if anything, like the first like 40 episodes, give or take, that's probably like where we start to like torture them and we start to give them like Stockholm syndrome. And the rest of it they start to enjoy. They're like, "Oh, this is great content."
I think they gnawed their arm off by the second episode and 3D printed a bullet and said goodbye. They're like,
They know
no,
it's good for them.
that's how long the first 2 episodes are, that they're like had enough time to do all that. They're like, no,
They're
I'm not going through 2001. You can't make me.
not even the first 30 seconds, they're gnawing at their shoulder.
Get me out of here. Get me, Mister, get me out of here. All that
Yes.
to say, fucking up. Fuck the algorithm, tell a friend. Josh, what have you been playing? I'm kind of excited for. Hold on, Josh.
I
I
probably
love-
spelled it wrong. So yeah,
You did. That's okay. But also,
I quickly typed it up. Go ahead.
I love that we're flip flopping. Like last week, you had nothing. This week, I have basically nothing. I love it.
Yeah, that's. You don't even have our game of the library, our
Book club.
book club. Thank you.
I
We
beat
even have
it.
our book club up there.
I beat it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I beat
Did
it.
you already do the DLC too?
Not yet. I thought about it, but DLC will
Okay.
only take about 2 hours to beat.
If that, yeah.
It's not even that long.
Yeah, so I did play a little bit of Alan Wake. I'm going through Nightmare Mode, collecting the rest of the thermoses, the rest of the signs, and the rest of the chest, along with going through Nightmare Mode.
The chests are hard because the maps are so, like, once you start getting cars, the maps are so big, and it's like I don't really want to go out of my way to find all these fucking chests. When you finished the campaign, how many pages? No, how many canisters did you end up having?
I ended up having 86 of the 100.
All right, I was at 76. Fuck you.
Well, I was also like looking through every nook and cranny, which is why it took me so long to beat it. I think I would have beaten it already if I hadn't done that. Then I was like, okay, I actually don't know where I'm missing it. I missed 2 of the 3 in the first episode of the dream sequence.
The dream doesn't do a very good job of like exploration wise. It's just like, hey, here's this thing, go down it, and you could like go up and down the road, but the exploration is so boring when you go off the path.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're on the road and it's like, oh hey, there's a tunnel up there, because my brain's always like, I bet that tunnel has a collectible, and then I'm gonna have to turn around and there's gonna be enemies there, and I'm always like, I'd rather not. I don't care.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's what I get to do. Is I'm like, some of them I'm like, oh yeah, I already knew I grabbed that one. Then some of them I'm like, did I? So then I'm like, fuck, I have to like actually read. I'm like going through the guide as I'm doing it because I'm like, I just want to get this shit over with. As much as I love Alan Wake, playing it a second time on Nightmare, I still having to collect everything. Fucking a chore. Like the Nightmare, the Nightmare manuscript part, they're like fairly obvious spots. Like they're like, oh yeah, it's right here in the open. It's like, yeah, great, cool. It's the fucking thermoses of all things.
They look just like normal pages, right? They don't have like, they're not like
Yeah.
shining gold or anything, are they?
No, they just like normal pages, but they're in spots that weren't there before. Plus, even if you already have the manuscript or the manuscripts, they're still there for you to pick up. So you have to make sure you're grabbing the right one.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
But I just grab it as I go because, like I said, all of it's basically out in the open. There hasn't been one that's like, hey, we're hidden all the way. You have to go through the secret little path right here. It's like, no, it's like, yeah, you just go over here while you're collecting all the flares and flashbangs. Yeah, there's pages going to be right here. It wasn't there before. Go ahead and grab that shit.
I'm not I'm not going back through in Nightmare Mode. I'm gonna finish the DLC and be done.
No, I'm going to. I said I'm going to do it, and goddamn it, I will. I've already finished chapters 1 and 2, and I'm almost done with 3.
We'll say I did beat it on hard mode though.
Yeah, it's a plot. Well, technically, it's normal, isn't it?
I don't know these achievements in these games, like the
Yeah, because it goes
difficulty
easy, normal,
levels.
and Nightmare. Because a lot of people weren't doing Nightmare or hard mode. They were like Dante must die mode, or
They don't
all
let
that.
you start in Nightmare Mode, right? They're like, no.
Nope. Yeah,
No.
you had there's
Slow
this
down.
was the era where it's like, hey, rather than giving you the hardest difficulty as quickly as possible, like Call of Duty, we're gonna go ahead and make you have to play the game at least once before we can unlock it, which is the one of the reasons why I will never go back and play Gun.
I just got Matt Fresh. I got Matt Fresh to play Gun. He's actually been playing through it recently. I don't know if he's streaming it, but he's been playing Gun.
Do you know why? Besides the fact they don't give you the hardest difficulty at first.
Why is that?
So if you got the 360 version, which is the one I'm talking about right now, because that's why I stopped playing it. When I got it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it on the hardest one to let me, which was hard. So I do it on hard, beat it. Now, when you beat a game for the first time on a harder difficulty, what normally happens for achievements?
You get the normal and easy achievements.
Yeah, right? No, now with Gun. With Gun, you have to go through and play in every single mode
That's
to unlock each difficulty achievement.
that's too much. That's too as Activision. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's when I said, "Oh, I'm fuck this." That was the one game I said I'll never again, and I quit it because of that. Because that's ridiculous. I understand blocking the harder difficulty, but how fucking dare you make me go back and play your fucking game, which has one of the hardest boss fights at the end of the game?
Remind me. Gun was great. I loved Gun when I played
Oh,
it.
it was a great game, but the last boss fight, you were going against the guy who killed your dad,
Mhm.
and he has like armor on, like a suited armor,
Yeah.
and he's tossing dynamite at you, and you have to shoot the dynamite to hurt him.
Remember that? I do remember that game being very difficult.
Yeah, like that part I remember being the hardest, and then I think it's the train heist when you have to protect the train as people are trying to rob it.
The train heist, and then just hunting the rare animals was also really tight.
Yes, great game though.
Great
Other than
game.
that, shitty couple hand spots. God damn.
Great, great AAA game that feels like a B game.
Very much so. It honestly, it was like a beta, or no, it's more like an alpha for what Red Dead Redemption became.
It was a proof of concept.
Yeah.
Take Two saw Gun and they're like, cool. Let's fuck them up. Let's fuck them up, everybody. Let's fuck them
Yes.
up. Okay, we did it. You want to fuck them up again 8 years later? Yeah, let's fucking go, bro.
We got this.
It looks like you're also playing Revenge of the Savage Planet. I think I have this downloaded on Xbox, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So Mark was kind enough to reach out and go, "Hey guys, it's going to be the last possibly one of the last double or triple, how you want to look at it, A games that we'll get on the website." So I said, "Sure, why not?" Absolutely loving it. It is I mean, if you've ever played Journey to the Savage Planet,
No, is this like a sequel to that?
yeah, this is a direct sequel to it. Very much making fun of exploration and survival craft games.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I was like, is this a survival game? But yeah, very much. This is a
Yeah,
survival.
I mean
game.
action adventure for sure, but yeah, definitely it's definitely more of a pun on survival actions. You basically crash into the planet. You come out of your cryo chambers and they're like, "Hey," so you get a little AI companion. He's like, or they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna walk you through all this stuff," and they give you like a quick tutorial. You do it. You get to your little place, and they're like, "Hey, it looks like you've got some mail. Why don't we check your email out?" So you go to the computer, you check it out, find out that you're fired before you even get to the job. So basically, it's let's get the fuck off this planet. Oh well, first let's go ahead and finish the job and get paid as a contractor, but then let's get the fuck out of here.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, hey, did you get there okay? By the way, you're fired.
Yeah. Like literally the first video you get is like the introduction of like, "Hey, this is our company. Here's a quick of like, this is what we do." And then the second one's like, "Yeah, you're fired."
Yeah, you're out of here.
Great game. It has cooperative available both in couch and online. Would love to play it as a multiplayer because as a single player, it's a lot of fun. Just the humor alone, like finding my first creatures of the planet I found, it's like little little mushroom guys. And as you get closer to them, they get like their defense mechanism kicks in and they turn like really bloated. And literally, your action button, which is like you're going to hit them, your character just like backhands them. He backhands them and they fly and then they explode whenever they land. And after they do that, their blood is everywhere, or their goo. And basically, as you run across it, like you'll get covered in it and you'll slip and slide everywhere. Just
There,
tons of humor.
there's not enough backhanding in gaming anymore. We
No, and
need more
he
backhanding.
he literally, your character just back, like this is his slapping. He just back and forth with it.
Good old slaps.
And then I can't remember the name. I think it was it's definitely a Netflix show. Do you know, I can't remember the name of, maybe it was Black Mirror, or maybe it was like Robots in Love. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's like an anthology, right?
Yeah. There's an episode where they have like machines, like these advanced robots, like going through saying like, well, what happened to mankind? And you find out like mankind basically kind of fucked themselves over. And you know what I'm talking about?
I'm aware of the show. I've never seen an episode though.
Okay, so basically there's this little tiny robot. He's more there for like the quick quips and like funny jokes and all that.
Mhm.
That's basically all your AI is there for, is to say funny shit all the time. So all in all, really fun. They have the crafting in there. Of course, you have to like either find the organisms or destroy things to collect these different things like carbon or iron and stuff like that. And then you go to your crafter and you build stuff. Like the first thing you build is a jetpack. Then they make you build a gun. They make you take these little slug worm things to feed a tree to clear your path, and you literally toss it, and you hear them, they'll scream as they're getting tossed in to the tree's mouth.
I wish Pikmin screamed. This make me wish that Pikmin screamed.
Yes, that'd be so much better if Pikmin would scream. I'm sure there's a mod out there. Someone's probably modded it to do it.
Has someone modded the pirated version of Pikmin 4?
Yes,
They all scream.
yes. Yeah, really, really. You're thinking of something to write, aren't you?
Yeah.
I figured that's why you're laughing so hard. But yeah, tons of fun. Highly recommend it. Honestly, it makes me kind of want to go back and play Journey to a Savage Planet. It was that much fun.
Whenever I hear of games like this, it makes me want to go check out Subnautica, because that's always a game that I hear so
Yes.
much about. People have fun with it. It seems to be a fun streaming game, and I never understood. I never understood the like what's the objective? Because like I get it. I play Minecraft and I'm like, oh, you make your own fun. There's no end. But those other games, even Ark, I'm like, okay, so what now? I have the dinosaur. I killed some guy's dragon just like Jake told me to. What do I do?
So in games like Ark, where it's like almost endless, I feel like it's just more like a Rust. Like Rust is entertaining to watch, in my opinion. I don't think it's very fun to play. I remember playing Ark, and I remember having some fun with it. But when we started playing it, they didn't really have an ending to it. Now there's actually an ending to it.
It feels weird not having an ending, because even like Minecraft is like, oh well, you have to kill the Ender Dragon, and then you get credits. But then you're like, but did I really beat the game? I don't know. I'm really weird when it comes to survival games, because I need to have something to do, and I do enjoy making my own fun in Minecraft. But then it gets to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to find iron for the 50th time now because I'm running out of iron.
See, and I think that's why I liked was not Sons of the Forest, but the one before that.
I think it was just called Forest.
It's just called Forest. Yeah, that's why I enjoyed that so much, because yeah, it did have an ending, but it was also big enough that you could do the explorations. You could do the, hey, let's build our little base to protect ourselves from whatever the fuck those things were, and that's what made it like that's a game where it's like, yeah, if I had a bunch of people to play with, I'd just play that because it's so much fun. There's an ending to it. We're working towards an end goal.
Well, I think what differentiates them, like Minecraft, like you can get creative and make like really cool houses. When I look at something like Ark, something like Savage Planet, I'm like, okay, like what's the like Savage Planet? It sounds like the satire and like the slapstick of it is funny.
Yes.
When I think of Forest and Son of the Forest, I think of how creepy they are and like the kind of monsters that you'll see or the random encounters you'll have in the woods. But when I think of Subnautica and other games within survival, I'm just like, even like Pow World, like I get it that they're Pokemon with guns. I get that, but
well, it's not just Pokemon with guns. It's, hey, let's enforce labor on these little Pokemon, these little monsters.
You hold them at gunpoint. You say, okay, do you want to get in the ball and fucking go to Fight Club, or do you want to fucking work? You want to fucking work? Okay.
Oh, your hands hurt. Well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscape duty.
Anyone, anyone, any other Pikachu's paws hurt? Pika, Pika.
That's what I thought.
Poor enslaved Pikachu's.
Now they had it coming.
Jesus. The anything else on Savage Planet?
No, I don't. I only say that because I want to get to the next one because I knew I spelled it wrong, but I was doing this in a hurry.
No, you're fine. I'm not even caught up on the spelling. What I want to know is this is your first time playing this, right?
It is.
It's spooky, isn't it? Say you go ahead
So
and say
it
the game.
is.
Say the game.
Signalis for everybody who is listening or watching. Essentially, basically a top down, right?
It's kind of it's kind
I
of a
mean,
top down. It's like it's kind of
at
like
an
at an
angle.
angle. It's at an angle.
It's basically Metal Gear.
It's 3D
Think
isometric.
Yes,
Right.
just think Metal Gear Solid with a mix of like Resident Evil, as far as like the creepy atmosphere. You're going in, you don't know what's going on, and you have these creatures that are attacking you.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Like
Uh,
it's so fucking good. It's so
it
fucking
is.
good.
I gotta ask you though, when you played it, what settings did you have?
So when I played it, that was before they added, because I think recently or in the last few years they added the ability to be able to drop stuff.
So I'm looking more like I don't think that was the setting to ask, but they asked like, hey, do you want it in the true like fashion of like you get 6 inventory items and then that's it? You have to go to an item box to drop it all off? Or do you want like the unlimited where you can just pick up as much things as you want, the difficulty, all that?
Yeah, I didn't have any of that. We back in my day when we played Signalis, back in my day, all we had was 6 item slots, and we couldn't carry them all. We had to put the stuff away in the box.
Well, so yeah, I did that because I was like, I want this to be like a true like Resident Evil style. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do the 6 items. And
And
then
it's
I was like,
annoying. It's annoying, isn't it?
it's really not that bad. I mean, it very much feels like I'm playing as Chris in Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, you have like one item that you don't ever really use, but you need it in your. I forget exactly what it is, but there's something in your inventory that like it's a flashlight or it's like I forget exactly what its use is,
The
but
photo?
maybe a photo. I forget, but it's in your inventory. You have 6, but actually you have like 5.
Yeah, so the photo was in there, and I think I've used it as much as I could in the beginning because like now it's like just gathering dust. And I'm like, if I need it, I'll just pull it back out, whatever. I really don't care. So I took it out. But now it's like, okay, well, but really, if you think about it, between your weapon, well, your 2 weapons if you go with the batons, and then the ammo for it, you really only have 3 spots.
Yeah, it's a spooky game, isn't it?
Spooky, I will admit I've had hard times in the day seeing it because some of the rooms are very dark, even with
Mhm.
the brightest settings on. I'm like, dear Lord, it's so dark I can't see. There's even one room like I went in and it was like a operating room where once you walk in, there's like a glass, like a window you could like see,
Mhm.
but then you could walk around it and walk into the room. And the room was so dark, I couldn't see that. So I ran in and I'm like, okay, there's nothing in here. So I turn around and I try to leave. And I'm looking for like the little map in or the little screen indicator showing me like, hey, this is where you're at in the areas where the camera can't see you.
Mhm.
And it wasn't popping up. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? I'm so confused right now.
It's a very dark game, and I remember in the early areas, I think there's like an employee shower where you go in and there's like 4 or 5 androids in there, like androids.
So I didn't run into that room yet, but I did run into one where it was showers. And as soon as you walked in, they're staring at themselves in the mirror. I
Oh,
was like,
spooky.
"Yeah, no, we're not gonna fuck with that one." But I've also learned that, if you have the room or they're not paying attention, you can easily run around them.
Yeah, it's very much a game that's like, hey, like just because you see an enemy doesn't mean you need to attack it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely wanna conserve your ammunition, and I've only learned that, like I mean, I knew that a little bit going into it because 'cause I'm like, "Well, this is a survivor game." Until I get used to it, like, it's always best just to be overstocked on ammunition, but I also didn't think they're only gonna give me, like, 2 or 3 bullets when I picked something up. I thought they were gonna give me, like, a whole magazine or something, like, whereas true Resident Evil fashion.
This game also has a pretty rabid fan base. Not rabid as in like they have rabies, but there are people who really love
Active?
this game. I was looking I
It's a
was
good
looking at
game.
I was looking at the gifts for it, and like it's very ooh woo ooh woo.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's people like what they like. I'm not gonna yuck their yum. Just
No, we'll have more of that later in the news.
keep it classy, people. Keep it classy. So you're not. It sounds like you're not that far into it.
No, I literally just got into was it B? I think it's B3. So the like the water room and all that, where you have to find the 10 millimeter socket wrench, and you get the water express pass.
Oh yeah, you
Does
you
that?
yeah. Again, it's been 3 or 4 years for me at this point, so
I may be like only an hour. Well, maybe like an hour and a half into it.
you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Just keep playing
I'm
it.
enjoying it so far.
I want you to keep playing it so we can keep talking about it. If you don't play it, I'm gonna be really upset.
No, it's what I'm enjoying. It's actually what I'm playing on my lunch breaks.
Oh, cool. Are you playing it on Steam Deck?
I am playing it on the Steam Deck.
Ooh, that's gotta be a good ass Steam Deck game.
It honestly is. It runs so smooth. Ugh,
Oh yeah, you have to keep me up to date on that.
I will.
Anything else on your end?
No, but Nick, I see one on your. I thought we think we talked about it last week, and I'm probably getting my hopes up. 'Cause I'm thinking Garden Warfare, but I know it's not. Uh, what have you been playing?
So I'm playing a game right now that I can't talk about. Maybe I'll talk about it next week, but actually we're gonna record next week's episode right after this, so maybe I can't. I don't know. We'll see when I can talk about it. But playing a game for review might be my last review for the website, so we'll see. Also, well, I'm still playing Rat War. I need to go back finish that so I can write my review for it. That one's gonna be a quick little review. It's not anything monumentous, but it'll be a fun review. I promise. You'll read it and be like, "Man, I had fun reading that. That was really fun."
I mean, you had me at rat balls, guy.
You've stop selling me. You've already made a sale. Stop it.
Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money. And I've been playing Alan Wake, but more on that later. Been playing Plants vs Zombies with the kiddos. We are now in the fourth world, which is nighttime in the backyard. And my God, the game, it's amazing how it got away with, okay, we really only have 3 stages. And then 2 of them are just palette swaps into the night mode of that stage. But the backyard with the pool is interesting because you have a lot of night plants you got from the first night level, and they're all pretty much useless. Like you have, I think the most useful plants, night plants they have are the ones that don't cost anything, and that's the water mushroom and then the zero mushroom. And the drawback on them is they don't have any range. But it's been fun replaying that, and I forgot about some of the zombie types. There's one that's like got like a little jack in the box that explodes if it touches somebody. Hell, I even forgot about plants. Like there's the mushroom that hypnotizes an enemy and has them fight for you. So that's been fun. Otherwise, I haven't had much going on. I've been doing a lot of writing. My pregnant Marcus Fenix piece came out for hard drive over the weekend. It was actually Friday morning that came out. It started out slow, but it found an audience. It found an audience, people.
I'm sure it did.
That's what I was really scared about because like, oh, people are gonna hate me. If here's the thing about comedy. If you learn one thing from me about comedy is if you're not afraid, if it doesn't feel like a risk, you're not doing anything comedic. If it doesn't feel risky, you're just repeating something someone else has done. And I don't when I say risky, I don't mean like go out there and be edgy, man. Maybe say some words you wouldn't say. But no, like go out there and like take some risk and see what happens. Like I did that, and then I had another thing where I took a risk and it didn't pan out. And that wasn't even a piece. That was like a joke on Friends that me and another friend did, and everyone was like, "Oh, that was dumb." It was like,
Golden
yeah,
there.
yeah, that was dumb. We're sorry. We're sorry. We thought that was gonna hit with you guys. We are so sorry. Uh, I also had a Rick and Morty piece come out for Hollywood Times that did really well. Actually, you know what? Surprisingly, I posted it over on the subreddit, and they weren't complete clowns. You know how like when you post something on a subreddit that could be so here's my issue with Reddit. I'll do my soapbox real quick and then I'll get off of it so we can do the news. You post something on Reddit, you make something. Let's say I wrote a hard drive article and I want to, oh, where would I want to put this? Oh, I'm going to put it on the subreddit for whatever the game is. You know how many times that shit gets deleted because they're like no ads or whatever. And I always sit here and I'm like, but dude, it's all ads. It's all fucking ads. If you go into like, what's one of the most popular subreddits? It's like TikTok cringe. right?
Yes, TikTok cringe. Oh my god.
That's people just posting their own TikToks. People like it's the written word is no different than the art element. And sometimes you know what, maybe I shouldn't post my shit on the subreddits, but other times I'm just like, no, this dude's making a meme that takes you back to his Instagram. Like, no, fuck you. Or uh my least favorite thing is I like to do the roast me's. Have you seen the roast me subreddit?
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
I like to do it, but half the time it's just an ad for someone's OnlyFans or some other bullshit they're doing.
No, and that's why I'm like, for the ones who don't do that, they're the ones I actually click on their names and I'll want to go see. Like they'll put all their URLs in their profile. I'm like, great, that's where I want to go and then find your shit. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, you're gonna send me right to your Instagram or to your OnlyFans? Yeah, fuck you.
The thing is when people hit me up and they're like, this is an ad. I'm always like, it's Reddit. It's everything everyone is posting is an ad, my dude.
I mean, every four, uh, how do you want to look at it, posts or thoughts, or whatever. I don't know. Technically, they're actually called the main like feeds. They're all ads. It says promoted. That's an ad, my guy.
Well, but they make the promoted ads look like
Yeah,
Reddit
that's what I'm saying.
posts.
Like
And
every four, it's that.
even with the promoted on there, every once in a while I'll get got. I'll click on it.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that
I've
sounds
done it.
interesting, and then I'll
That's
look
cool.
up,
Let's click on that. I'm like,
and I'm
nope, it's an
God
ad.
damn it! It's a fucking ad. They got me. But
But
yeah,
I mean, let's be honest. I like that more than I like going on Facebook and having it being like brain rot shit.
oh, Facebook sucks because Facebook is all of your friends from high school, friends from work, well, blah de blah, like people you meet in real life.
Yeah.
And it's the most unreal no one posts anything on Facebook. It's just resharing shit they saw on some bigger website.
Or some bigger page.
There's that meme that goes, there's that web comic that goes around. It's like all the people that like are wearing a hat for a website, and then like a bigger guy comes and like his name is Company, and he's wearing a hat and he's like, hey, look at me. And then all the other people that were wearing normal people hats get out of there, and it's just all companies wearing the same hat. Because they're like, look at me, we're doing it too, aren't we? And I was like, yeah, that's social
Yeah.
media.
I mean, social media is only like 5 years from being completely dead.
Yeah, I hope we can hope, can't we?
I mean, I know it's not going to truly go away because there's still those people who use it, but I think as far as like me, like I don't know about you, but I haven't seen anybody use Snapchat for a hot minute.
It's
Andy
still,
just used it the other night, and I'm like, you still use Snapchat? That's still a thing?
I think it's still very popular with Gen Z, with the younger kids. I think front facing social media will go away. I think Facebook, like the Facebooks and the Instagrams, where you're like you can, those things will still be around, but no one will be like, I won't be Nick on there. You won't be Josh. We would just be smashing game time. Like people
Yeah.
will have their brands on there. There won't be any people per se on there. Like your grandma might still be on there, but it's because she's been dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 hey. Josh, you want to get to the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Read all about it. Latest football scores. Morning paper. Morning Star. Paper, mister?
It's time for old news.
All right, what we got first?
Starting at the top, Stellar Blade developer confirms sequel plans. This is a IGN article written by Tom Phillips.
Which,
Yeah,
by the way,
that's right.
Who saw this and didn't think this game was getting a sequel?
I know, right? Like, I mean, not even just guys. Anytime there's I'm gonna do the quotes again, hot protagonist out there, and there's tons of mods, more than likely they're gonna get a sequel.
Josh, you don't have to air quote hot. You can just say hot now. The air quotes have gone away. You can just say hot.
Hot protagonist. I mean,
it's like, God damn it, she's fucking hot.
Movie physics and everything. I mean, come on.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a sequel in plans. Which is to be obvious. Now they're like it's not so much like is there going to be a sequel? It's how are we going to like reveal it?
You're still getting this on Steam, right?
Oh yeah, I still plan on it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because when you get it on Steam, I get it on
yes.
Steam.
It's a great game though. Like, I'm not saying like obviously, let's be honest right now. Yes, like for everything for the physics, yes. But that's not the reason why I buy games twice. A lot of times, like Days Gone, I bought that twice not because I thought the main protagonist was attractive and how the tats. Like, yeah, he's a daddy for sure. Uh, but no, I thought it was a fantastic game, and I want to support the developers. I want to see a sequel. Like, and I'm upset that Days Gone more than likely won't see one.
Too much zombie IP on the PlayStation, I'm afraid.
There is, I'll admit that, but that doesn't mean we can't like like I think Days Gone is a better zombie game than Last of Us.
I agree. I agree. It feels like The Walking Dead. From what I've watched
Yes.
you play of it, it's like, wow, this is very Walking Dead pilled.
It is, but it's also like, hey, we've got these zombies who can run. There's an interesting like how they nest. It's not just them roaming. No, they go into dark places and they cover their stuff in sticks and shit.
It's
That's
what I do the same thing.
it's terrifying as shit. Like, yeah, I like that. And the fact that you could fight hordes. Can you fight hordes in Last of Us, Nick?
No, it's very on the rails. Like, oh hey, there are 10 enemies in this spot.
Yeah. No, I like the odds in against me, and there was nothing greater of a trailer or of a demo than the Silo Horde. That was by far one of the greatest demos slash trailers.
The I think Days Gone is the it's what Dead Rising was building towards.
Yes,
And I think it's the most realized version of Dead Rising.
it's what Dead Rising definitely should have been, but I think because of how it's Capcom, I think they took it a little too unserious. Like
Yeah,
I think
they leaned
Dead
into the
Rising 1
humor.
was I think Dead Rising 1 was like okay, it was like right there in the middle. But then with 2, it kind of went towards, hey, let's go for a chuckle. And then no one remembers 3.
Yeah, zombie humor. Because when was that second game? Was that 2010, 2011?
It might have been 2010.
Was that the same time around Dead Island?
No, that might have been, yeah.
Yeah, because we had a big gap between those two games. But that first Dead Island and that second Dead Rising, even was Left for Dead 2 a little more funnier than the second or the first one.
Yeah, it was.
There was just something I don't know if like all these developers saw Shaun of the Dead like
Hey,
and
that's
then
what we need.
started developing their games and then like came out of a cave like 7 years after seeing Shaun of the Dead or something. But yeah, there was some zombie humor going around, especially and I think like I don't know, I think that rubs people the wrong way because people kind of like I think it rubs people the wrong way if you're expecting more serious zombie stuff. I mean, look at us, we're talking about Stellar Blade, but we got on the zombie stuff.
Right.
Like, remember Dead Island had that really good trailer, like that
Oh,
very
yeah.
cinematic, sad trailer with that family. And then you get the game, and you're like, but I thought we were gonna have like sad times, and so I think that's why when you look back at that first Telltale Walking Dead and how serious that was, even though it was a
Really great.
Telltale game and gameplay was at a minimum, people ate that shit up because they wanted a serious zombie game. And I do think we still have room for a serious zombie game. So I wouldn't count Days Gone out just yet, Josh.
No, I think it's just a matter of time. I think with Last of Us re-releasing and remastering their games, even though their games aren't that old, I think it's only a matter of time before it finally it dies down.
Okay, so here's my
But
question about Stellar Blade 2 though.
I'm listening.
People love this protagonist. I couldn't tell you her name. You
I
probably
can't
know it.
remember her name to save my life.
Jesus Christ. You've got a problem. You've got a problem. Are they gonna do the sequel thing and introduce a new character that everyone hates?
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to introduce cooperative play.
Oh shit.
I can see that because it's very much. I mean, obviously, it's in like the Dead Souls or like the well, technically, it's more like a near automata mixed with like Sekiro kind
Mhm.
of deal. So I could see that. So I could see like a co-op going on with it. To what extent? Still a fun game though, and they just released a PC only boss that is now being released to PlayStation for free.
Oh. All right. Well, hey, when you buy it, I'll be playing it.
As soon as it gets a little bit cheaper, because unfortunately, even though it's a great game, I'm not going to drop another $60, $70 on it.
It'll be on sale by the end of the year.
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
All right.
Moving
what
on,
is next?
the new era of Rainbow Six Siege means you're going to need some newer hardware if you want to play. This is a PC Gamer article written by Andy Chalk.
Hey, Chalk. I like it. Wasn't that the name of the guy from Chalk Zone?
I think it is actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so for those not aware, Rainbow Six is going to be 10.
Jesus Christ.
And I mean, I remember buying this game when it first came out. I was working at Target and I was like, dude, yeah, I'm going to buy Rainbow Six because the trailer is awesome. And then being completely disappointed, but still playing it because I actually really enjoyed it.
I think I bought it in Missouri before I moved to North Carolina and then played the shit out of it because you guys were playing it.
Yeah, I remember playing the shit out of this game. So yeah, it's gonna be 10 years old. They did say they were trying to make this like a very much a long living game. I think they said the goal was at least 15 years.
Well, I think they've done a pretty good job.
I would say so. So with that being said, they're going down the routes of like Hunt Showdown or technically CS:GO. They're basically boosting everything. So they have a new some it's like a new engine, but it's just like up to date shit for it. Which means that their requirements for systems has changed. So for Xbox and PS5, those all will stay the same. Obviously, they can't really change anything. But for PC, it has changed. So they just released the um, requirements for it, from the minimum to 1080p high, 1440p high, and then of course your 2K and Ultra.
So are you downloading a new version of the game? Are you keeping your characters unlocked? Like, how is that
Yeah,
working?
so basically everything's going to stay the same. The only difference for the most part is um if you had the PC version, you had two things you could download. You had the standard game, which already I think was like 70 gigs, and you had this Ultra HD pack, which was like an extra 40 gigs. All they really did was combined it for the most part. It's not going to be two separate packs. Um, And then I don't believe it's the 5-on-5 anymore. I think they do have new modes coming out where you have like 6v6.
Oh, ramping it up. I like it. They saw Overwatch take one away and they said, "Hey, let's add one."
Yeah, so they'll still have the 5v5 mode. I don't know I don't know if the names are official yet, but they're calling it like the core siege mode, which is do the standard 5v5, which is what you're used to, and then they'll have dual front, which is the 6v6 mode that takes places on bigger maps.
Well, I will never play it again.
I probably won't either, but with it being like basically being like the CS:GO 2 or Overwatch 2, however you want to look at it, one of those games that have been out forever and then get a sequel per se. I mean, I'll try it just to see, but I'd probably wait for all the bugs to get kinked out because it's Ubisoft and it's always full of bugs.
Is that the one thing that Ubisoft had go right? I mean, outside of Prince of Persia didn't really go right because that one didn't really do the numbers they needed. But they're probably outrageous numbers to begin with. But is that the one thing they've done in the last 10 years that kind of stuck? I mean, they did reinvent Assassin's Creed.
I would say it is the one thing that kind of actually did decently well. I mean, yeah, it's still practically a skeleton crew working on it. I did think they brought in a couple more to work on the upgrade, but I still think that's actually just a skeleton crew.
Jesus, what a fucking what a fucking nightmare. What a
Yeah.
nightmare decade, Ubisoft. What do you got next, Josh?
Hideo Kojima reveals his next espionage game, Facint.
I thought it was Scient.
You know more at a point than I do.
I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
remember how to pronounce it, and I was like, is 5 to 6 years away. This is a video game chronicle article written by Jordan Bedler.
Oh, Midler. Yeah, I believe that.
So
I believe that. With between Death Stranding 2 getting ready to come out, we haven't seen shit about OD since they announced it, what, 2 years ago now?
which I mean, they're probably waiting for Death Stranding 2 to come out, and then they'll probably release some type of new info on it.
Yeah, OD's probably like next up, and then Scient is 5 to 6 years away, and he's probably a producer on the Death Stranding movie that he's doing with A24. He's a busy guy.
Not only that, but do you know he actually has like if he dies, he has like a little vault that has like 100 other game ideas. That way, when he dies, they can still produce more games.
I can't decide if he's a genius or a madman. No, that's. Did you also see that there was a report going around that he wants to do a game where if you haven't played it in a while, your character loses memory and doesn't remember how to do stuff?
Which is super. I got this fucking awesome idea. I love that. Did you also see the art? He played. I can't remember what game he played. He played something. And he's like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
If you remember the game, tell me. But
I will have to find it. I remember seeing it going, oh my God, that's ironically funny. And there's also one of Norman Reedus going like, yeah, I don't think anybody knows what's going on in Death Stranding, including Hideo. I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah, so he's 60, so he's getting up there in age. It's gonna be a sad day when he goes. He's like the last like rock star. Can you think of anyone? Can you think of anyone else game wise? Everyone else has kind of fallen off.
I mean, I guess if you look at Gabe over at Steam.
Yeah, but Gabe hasn't made games in how long?
Agreed, but he's also changed the industry so much.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm talking people that are actually like still like on the ground, like and
No,
you know,
not really.
and the thing that I like about these people going away is that like whenever you say like, oh, the Cliffy B's, the Rod Fergusons, the Hideo Kojimas, and I'm trying to name another one and I'm blanking, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, you name those people, but there's like 100, 200 people under them that are working that aren't being named at all. So like their rise above everything just makes it sound like this is Hideo's vision. It's coming to life. And you know, I'm not one of those people. It's like, oh, putting this man in the limelight undermines everybody else. But also, I don't think we don't need the rock star, like the rock star top tier person that everybody knows. Besides Kojima, I do like him. He just seems like a weirdo that I would want to hang out with.
Oh, I definitely want to hang out with him. He sounds so fucking cool.
He does sound cool, but yet he would never hang out with either of us because we are dweebs.
That's okay. Well, then Metal Gear Solid 2 is your favorite, and he tells everybody not to play that.
He tells everyone not to play 2?
No, he told the director of the Death Stranding movie not to watch it or not to play it.
Oh, okay. He didn't want him to be it. He's like, no, don't play it. I see you thinking about it. Don't play it.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
I'll be if that Death Stranding movie comes out. I don't think a Metal Gear movie is ever coming out.
No, but I also think Death Stranding would be a far better and more interesting movie to watch than Metal Gear. I think Metal Gear would be a better series.
I can see that. I can see that.
Where I think at least with Death Stranding, you could get away with the movie. I'm not saying it's better as a movie, but it could get away with being a movie.
Real quick, speaking of directors, the Gears of War movie got a director, you guys.
Who?
David Leitch.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what David Leitch has done?
If I remember correctly. No, the name sounds familiar though. I think I have an idea, but I can't remember.
So he did Bullet Train with Brad Pitt.
Okay.
I think that was in 2022. Yep. I think he was Hobbs and Shaw. It was fine. It wasn't like anything.
Maybe
crazy.
it's just the names attached to it, not so much the movie.
Atomic Blonde and Deadpool 2.
I'm game to see it. I want to see it.
And then the writer they've got is John Space, who is adapting the Dune books. So I think he's got a co-writer on the second one. He's a co-writer on the second one, and this is still over at this is over at Netflix. If I remember, and they're doing this, and then after that, if it's a success, I think they're doing an animated series.
Which I think will do better because Netflix is pretty good with the animated series. It's the live action shit that makes me worried.
I think though I have a feeling they'll get this. But what do you got next, Josh?
Darth Vader could say the F word in Fortnite for a brief time. And no, we don't mean the Force. This is a GameSpot article written by Land Pitts. Yeah, so this whole Darth Vader AI Fortnite stuff is getting way out of hand.
Hold on, I think we've got a video here where he says it. Let's hear. Let's listen to him.
That will sustain me in battle.
What freaking fucking food is that, Darth Vader?
Oh
Tell
God,
me.
Double down.
Freaking, fucking.
What?
Such vulgarity does not become you.
Not
Padme.
allowed.
You inquire about
Oh
sustenance.
my god, no.
and yet
Oh my
speak-
god. Apparently my audio is not working, but whatever.
Sorry for the annoying streamer video, but god damn.
Yeah, that's not even the worst thing apparently he said or done.
What don't quote.
There's been some hard R's thrown for my understanding.
Jesus.
I think by far the greatest AI question ever asked to him, though, because I think it spanned almost an hour and a half, is they asked him to explain the story of Kingdom Hearts.
And he explained it.
He explained the whole thing.
Well, and they're being sued now. Fortnite is by SAG-AFTRA, if I remember correctly.
They are being sued because the estate of the original voice actor, like, Earl Jones, gave their blessing to use it. Technically, it's against SAG's agreement that they signed with Fortnite or with the Epic Games in general, saying that they would never use AI voices or something like that. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, the unilateral. Here, I'm just gonna read the Hollywood Reporter piece real quick. This is by
go
Katie
ahead.
Kilkenny. SAG-AFTRA files unfair labor practice charge over Darth Vader AI voice in Fortnite. SAG-AFTRA has filed an unfair labor practice charge against Fortnite's production company, alleging that its use of an AI-powered James Earl Jones Darth Vader voice infringes on the union's right to negotiate major changes to its collective bargaining agreement, as you said. The union claimed that a signatory to its collective bargaining agreement, Llama Productions, made unilateral changes to terms and conditions of employment when Fortnite began employing the use of an AI-powered Vader voice starting Friday without giving the union notice or the ability to negotiate. In the filing to the National Labor Relations Board on Monday, SAG-AFTRA argued that using this generative AI voice essentially displaces bargaining unit work, suggesting that actors could have been employed to play the Star Wars character for the massively popular game platform. Of course, Fortnite, no comment.
Yeah.
In a statement about its unfair labor practices charges, SAG-AFTRA stated that it celebrated the right of our members and their estates to control the use of their digital replicas. Still, we must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions around uses of voices that replace the work of our members, including those who previously did the work of matching Darth Vader's iconic rhythm and tone in video games. And plus, aren't the voice actors still on strike?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's just nasty all around. Video game. I don't know. Was Epic one of the companies?
Epic was for sure, and then the other one I could think of is the studio behind Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, all those games, all those gacha games.
Yeah, Epic Games is on the list. Strike is still going on. Started July 26, 2024. So we're 9 months, almost 10 months into the strike. And you haven't really heard much about that one. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. But yeah, that's nuts, man. Maybe don't use an AI voice, especially if it's just going to pick up on what people are saying and
learn.
If it's just going to learn.
Once again, everybody, it's all fun and games until you don't have a job. I'm just throwing it out there.
Hey, they're coming for us all. What else you got, Josh?
Last one of the day. As gamers express concern about Borderlands 4 potentially costing $80, Gearbox chief Randy Pritchford says, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. This is an IGN article written by Wesley Yen Poole. So my only thought to this is, hey, Randy, go fuck yourself.
Hey, Randy, shut the fuck up.
This is up there with Makita. Makita? Yeah, I think it's Makita. The douchebag over at who created Escape from Tarkov. Who was like, if you're a true fan, you'll buy this new edition of the game. Go fuck yourself. Like, no.
And I just need to know who these fans are. Who are these Borderlands fans? Look at that. So I just voted on
16%. Oh my god.
I've never voted on those. So IGN has a poll. Would you pay $80 for the latest blockbuster game? And 83% say no out of almost 10,000 votes.
I mean, the best thing here. Last week during a PAX East panel, Pritchford insisted that he didn't know the Borderlands 4 price, but refused to rule out $80. that means you're gonna make it $80, you asshole. If you're gonna do that, I'd rather you be honest and be a dick than be like, well, if you're a true fan, you'll pay for it.
Here's some sage stuff from the IGN comment section. I do love. We should start browsing the comment section during the news in the future. Executives used to say things like, "With all the work we've put into this game, I assure you we will be well worth your dollars." But now it's, if you don't pay top dollar, you're not even a real fan. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Yeah, he's right. There's been that shift. There's been that shift where, hey, we make quality products at a quality price. I've seen this in other places too. Like, I'm sorry, that comment just kind of like made my head just like fucking. It was my breaking glass moment for you, How I Met Your Mother fans. Or it's almost like you're being bullied or you're being nagged into buying stuff now these days.
Like the comment a few down, it says back in the 90s, a game like Star Fox retailed at the equivalent of what would be $120 these days. It's like most modern games either have bad memories or are too young to realize how good they have it now. Well, yeah, it may have would be the equivalent of that, but guess what? The dollar has not been lower. We should not be paying $120 for a shit game. Star Fox back in the day was good. Would you not agree?
Right. Well, and also there were I wouldn't even back then. I wouldn't have paid $120 for Star Fox.
No, but it was $60 or I don't know what Star Fox they're talking to. I assume the Super Nintendo one. So $49.99, I think, where we originally came out MSRP. So yeah, it makes sense that it may have been $120 back in the day. But guess what? $49.99 back in the day was like, oh, that's cheap. Let's buy it.
Well, hold on.
Now it's like
Super Nintendo launch price. Let's see what it was. SNES launch price. Super Nintendo launched at a price of $199. When adjusted for inflation, that would be the equivalent of $460. Let's see here. Star Fox SNES cost at launch. Original retail price. Been scrounging in that for about an hour and haven't been able to find anything on the game originally cost when it released. I'm assuming it was around $70 or $80, but I'm entirely sure.
$70 or $80. Jesus.
Okay, so here, let me pull this up. Someone has a scan from I guess Nintendo Power. $60 back in. Yeah. When was Star Fox released? What year?
92.
Here, I'll look it up. Star Fox SNES release.
93.
Yeah.
I don't know.
93. So let's do inflation. Inflation. Sorry, we're I can't believe I'm taking the time to take a fucking IGN comment to task. We're taking an IGN comment to task. All right, so the price we have is, what do we say, $59.99?
$59.99.
$59.99, and we'll just say it was January 1993. Let's do January 2025. He's not wrong.
Still.
He's not wrong.
Still.
But also, gaming was more niche back then. It was
it was for the only, like, it was like not a collector's hobby, but it was like for the people in like the 70s and 80s who were doing Dungeons and Dragons. So it was very niche. Where nowadays you go and everybody's doing it. Everybody has it.
And here's the thing: when everyone is doing it, you need the prices to be affordable. Like, the prices, when this is an everyone hobby, prices should be affordable. It shouldn't be this $80 thing, which is ridiculous. Because, like, first of all, no one, like, this guy's saying that this game was like priced now is $130. Like, yeah, no one's buying a $130 game either, douche.
No, I mean, like I said, I give GTA 6 the benefit of the doubt because more than likely it's GTA 5 was so commercially successful that it's hard for it not to be justified for people who want to buy it. Like, I'm not going to drop $100 for it.
again, my notion is I think these companies are coming about it wrong. Where if you're a real fan, you'll pay for it. I think it should be a hey, we used to get like this game would we used to put this game out maybe 3 times a console generation. Now we're putting it out once a generation. And the time between the next game and this game gets longer and longer with each release. So we're pricing it at this. Like, I think if you come at it from that standpoint, instead of just being like this fucking asshole idiot that's like, it's fucking $80. I don't know, walk some fucking dogs, you piece of shit. Go buy my fucking game. But yeah, everyone's got to be a fucking hard ass instead of like, hey guys, look, we're putting out one Mario Kart this generation, just like we've done every generation. And it's getting harder and harder to do this right now. And so we're upping the price because we want to keep our, like Nintendo, hey, we're upping the price because we want to keep our employees. There you go. You've made a sales pitch based on kindness instead of being a fucking twat and I don't know, sell some semen or something.
Maybe don't buy that coffee at Starbucks every day.
Hey gamers, maybe don't have your avocado toast, okay? You can go a day without it, guys. Douchebag.
Yeah, suck my chode.
Suck my chode, Randy Pitchford. You fucking bitch. You fucking little fucking magician bitch. I'm gonna stuff you in a fucking box. I'm gonna stuff you in a fucking box, Randy. You know he's a magician, right? I think he owns Magic City and LA. He's a little magician bitch.
We're gonna give him the clap trap.
My claps aren't coming through. Yours aren't either. I got one last piece of news. I won't pull this up. This is from Ethan Gack over at Kotaku. This is actually from last week. Giant Bomb has gone independent. You podcast nerds out there. Yeah, this is a win. This is pretty cool. It has led to some interesting talks online about people supporting independent because now when the big popular kid goes independent, it's kind of like when the jock gets into theater and everyone starts going to the plays. We're like, wait a minute, no, what are you? Come for me, not for the jock. And you can go back to the typical like, hey, rising tide raises all boats, right? But yeah, there's that, and I'm not saying it for us. I'm saying I've seen other bigger sites that are truly independent, have started independent, never sold. It's people that you don't hear of being everywhere, and it makes you start to think, yeah, you know what? They kind of have a point that it kind of sucks to be independent when this bigger independent fish plops into the sea and kind of displaces you a little bit. But hey, I guess it is a win for the little guy. Wait, I'm air quoting that one. I'm air quoting now. I'm air quoting that one. It's a win for the little guy. So good on those guys for getting their independence. Josh, you got a meme for us?
Oh, I certainly do.
Me time.
All right, what you got?
We have good old Darth Vader standing in the middle, a Fortnite Darth Vader to be exactly, with a big brawly SAG-AFTRA ready to beat his ass.
Oh, SAG-AFTRA, they're theater kids, Josh. They're all puny.
Well, it's more of a joke because it's AI. AI is not going to do anything, and they're bigger than a machine. They can punch the machine.
I'm giving you shit, Josh. I'm giving you shit.
I know you are.
It's a good meme.
Thank you.
All right, we are on the next round of our Alan Wake book club right now. Episodes 4 and 5, right? Episodes 4 and 5 today, and then we'll finish up with 6 next week, and then we are going to do the DLC the week after. Real quick, I'll give like a little quick thing on each one. Episode 4 is called The Truth. Alan, I believe at the end of episode 3, Alan ends up in the lake. He comes to in the next morning in episode 4 in the, I believe it is called the Caldron Lake Lodge, which is a kind of like a, what would you call it, Josh? It's like a like a mental health center for creatives who are struggling to create. It's run by Dr. Emil Hartman. He's basically kidnapping people and trying to take their work from them, trying to take their work as his own, is my reading of it. Alan escapes there. He knows he needs to get back to Cauldron Lake. They go to the Anderson farm. There's an awesome music section. Alan and Barry are there, and they realize they need to wait, so they get drunk, and they get arrested by Nightingale. And then episode 5, and I'm doing a quick synopsis so we can get into the conversation, and not like beat around the bush and try to like do a recap of what happens. Chapter 5 starts. You end up in the prison with Barry. Nightingale came and got you guys while you were drunk, so there wasn't really much you could do. Which, by the way, I think I had skipped I think they get picked up in the recap because I didn't remember them getting picked up at the end of this. At the end of episode 4.
No, they got picked up because you see once Alan realizes like from the whiskey, he like remembers how it all happened. He wakes up and Nightingale's right there in his face with his gun and is like, "I got you," and he calls him something else. Can't remember.
Probably a dead author. I got you, Dan Brown. Dan Brown's not dead. Okay, then I just must have like looked away and missed it or something. But yeah, so this chapter opens up with them in prison. Nightingale gets ripped away by the darkness. Alan and Sarah go to find the helicopter in town. This is during the Deer Fest, which the town there's taken everywhere. The Deer Fest vehicle has been taken over. You eventually get to a helicopter. I think Barry gets. They try to track down Barry at one point.
Barry gets separated because he tries to get Tia after he calls all the people that Sarah tells him to call, and the darkness attacks him. So he ends up getting thrown into the general store, but he finds all these flares. He finds Christmas battery operated lights, wraps himself in it and everything. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, you're like, dude, that's actually kind of smart.
He's bad. Like that's the point where I was like, oh, I fucking love Barry. Barry is great. They get to the helicopter, they escape. They're looking for oh shoot, what's the character? Let me remember her name. It is Cynthia Weaver. They're looking for Cynthia Weaver, who's the guardian of the light. I guess she was Thomas Zane's muse, and she takes them or plans to take them to the well-lit room, but they get separate in true Alan Wake fashion. Everyone gets separated. There's a helicopter crash. You save them, you get them into safety, and then you get separated again. And then Alan gets chased by a tornado down a bridge, and then he jumps into the well-lit room where he discovers the clicker, which in chapter 2 he tells his wife Alice about the clicker that his mom gave him as a boy to fend off the darkness. And it's funny because at that point we thought it was fake. We thought he was making it up, but the clicker in this instance, it's actually a real thing.
And not only that, but he finds a manuscript that came from Thomas Zane that talks about that time that Alan's mom gave him the clicker.
So did Thomas Zane invent Alan Wake?
Well, technically Alan Wake created Thomas Zane, did he not?
Dude, it's fucking crazy, man.
It's very crazy. It really makes you think, 'cause it's like, shit, some people remember Thomas Zane and you find articles about him, but no one can find any of his work.
Right. And so, I mean, that's basically the end of the chapter. He gets the clicker and he's like, all right, I'm going to go save Alice. And we'll talk episode 6 next week, which I didn't like episode 6 a lot. I hate it so much. Don't you hate it?
It's very, I mean, the beginning is just not repetitive, but it's just like, God damn. And then the ending is very like, fuck.
Episode 6 is like, hey, you know how much you loved the driving the few times we've done it?
They're going to enjoy this part. The bridge, the fucking bridge every fucking time. I hate the bridge.
I only died once on it.
I died like 2 times. And it's only because I would think I would destroy everything. And then I would get past something and either something gets thrown at me and then knocks the panel that I'm on top of and I would fall. Or the one time I glitched through a car because an object hit me and I was close enough to the car that it just phased me through it.
Yeah, that whole we'll talk shit. We'll talk shit in the
we'll
next
get
book club on that one because I've got a whole fucking list of things I want to talk shit about.
But yeah, Nick, chapter 4.
Yeah, so episode 4, chapter 4. I love that we're just jumping back and forth between episode and chapter. We don't even care anymore. No,
it's basically the same thing.
So I do find it very fascinating. So episode 4 is the one where we finally get all the answers. We find out what happened to that week Alan's been missing. We kind of it's funny. This episode kind of dwells on writer's block and the idea of different methods of like ending writer's block. So Emil talks you through like some ways, like it doesn't. I forget the exact conversation, but don't they require Alan to like write some page, like have a page count every day, like force him to
Yep.
sit in his room, and they do that with everybody there. I think the Anderson brothers are there. I don't know if anything ever comes up about what they have to do.
I think for them, they're just there.
Hmm.
I think they're like we got to keep the locals from digging into it.
And then so the way your manuscript is written, it sounds like first of all Hartman is holding you against your will.
Mhm.
It sounds like Alice was talking to Hartman prior because of
Yep.
because of your writer's block and was trying to find a way to, get you unfucked. And it sounds like Hartman took advantage of the Wake family. But also, this is the way Alan wrote it, so it's like who's fucking who at this point? I don't even know anymore. But here's Emil Hartman, this guy who's not an artist at all. He's a doctor. He wishes he could be an artist. He just doesn't. He doesn't have that. And so I think it's kind of funny that here's this doctor that wants to be an artist, helping artist, but he could never help himself become an artist. I always thought that was funny.
People who use AI, what?
What? And it's funny because you look at people who are trying to make something, and there's the running joke. There's a stereotype of, do you know a doctor with money who wants to get into the arts? Because that's how you get shit made. And so it's hilarious. And then you also find out that he was working with Mott, the
Mhm.
kidnapper. And so again, this is all written in Alan's manuscript, but then this is also happening. So like you feel terrible, like you don't feel terrible for this guy. You hate this guy. But then you read the manuscript and you're like, oh, is this Alan making me want to hate this guy who's actually trying to help him? It's just a chapter that manipulates you the way that Alan feels like he's been being manipulated.
But we also get like a side of Alan that we haven't seen, because with everybody else we've seen that he's written about who end up getting taken by the darkness, he has like a sense of like regret or of like sadness. But when you see the darkness come in and start to take Hartman, he has a smile on his face.
Yeah, he's very happy about it. Alan,
Yes.
again, this entire game, Alan has been a schmuck. He's been a dick to everybody in this town. I don't think he's been nice to anyone.
Maybe what's his name? The guy from chapter 2 who's in love with the Rose.
Oh, why are we Rusty?
Rusty. Maybe him only because like Rusty didn't like try to like basically have a conversation with him. He's just like, yeah, if you just give me this form and sign it, I'll give you your key.
Yeah, Rusty didn't want anything from him. Rusty was just like,
Yeah.
nope, like, here you go,
Just
fuck off.
give me-
My dog
yep.
stepped on a bear trap, you asshole. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
The I mean, you quickly I do love that you get out of this hospital and the imagery of like the hospital being overrun by the darkness and just the darkness like blasting out of the ceiling. Amazing.
Yes.
It looks great.
It's like I said, it's definitely an episode where it's like we're seeing a different side of Alan, but we're also seeing like a different side of the like we're seeing the darkness in its true form. And yeah, technically it looks over Cauldron Lake, which is the source of the darkness. But we've also seen it in other times where it was near the lake and it wasn't that strong.
I love the comparison. I do love the comparison of Dr. Hartman to the darkness. These are two people that need something from Alan in his work. They want him to put out his work. The darkness needs him to finish the work so they can be empowered and released fully. And it's kind of the same for Hartman because Hartman feels like he can take this man's work and either, oh, I helped on this. I'm beta, whatever he could say.
I'm
he was
co-writer, co-editor, or whatever.
I'm co-writer on this book, just like everyone is with fucking Sanderson or whatever that author is right now. I'm co-author, or he could put out his own book and be like, I helped Alan Wake. That's right, Dr. Hartman's book. I helped Alan Wake, and you can too. That bullshit. And so it's the looker on, it's the coattail riders. it's very fascinating. That's a lot of what this chapter is, and this chapter kind of makes you appreciate Barry because before this point, Barry kind of seems like he's riding Alan's coattails as well. But then you get set, so you get away from the lake lodge. You're in a car, you get separated. There's a car accident and you get separated, and Barry's like down on a lower ledge, you're up on a higher ledge, and you kind of think, oh fuck, Barry's fucked. But no, Barry like gets his way to the farm on his own. He's totally fine. He's
Not only that, but when you get to the stage, he actually helps you fend off the darkness. If not, is the sole reason you survive.
Yeah, he's pushing all the buttons, getting shit going as they're getting closer. Barry proves himself in this chapter. Every other chapter, he's kind of there. He is kind of riding your coattails. Alan, it kind of makes sense why he's so disheveled and like so detached from everybody, because it kind of feels like everywhere he goes, he's had people riding his coattails. And maybe Alice is like the one person who didn't do that to him, and maybe Barry to some extent, since he is nice to Barry, or maybe he sees Barry as a means to an end, since he's his agent getting him connected to people. Barry, very again, it's awesome to see Barry make himself capable in this episode. It's also awesome to see Alan escape from Hartman and learn the truth about the darkness, and learn that the darkness is just another fucking coattail rider. It's like, God damn it again. I left the city to get away from this, and now the darkness is riding my coattails.
So yes and yes, but at the same time, makes me wonder, when did Alan really start to see everybody as that? As that, hey, I just want to ride the coats. I want to go for this trip as long as I can, because you've seen some of the manuscripts. Like Barry's been there since like the very beginning. Like before he even became a successful writer, Barry got Alan his first gig as a writer to work for the television series.
One, I do like that page as well, because you also see that when they're on the farm, and you have this rock band. What's their rock band name? Elders.
They are Children of the Older God. Oh, that's the song. Old Gods of Asgard.
So you have the old gods of Asgard, and you have this small town band that is actually pretty bitchin'. And I think
Yes.
that's another theme that it plays with is art and fame. Like, you can make it's kind of like at the top of the show when we were making fun of AI guys. Like, AI guys think, hey, this is going to level the playing field. I can make amazing art and it can get out there for people to see. To which I reply, no, there were people making real art that's amazing that didn't find the eyeballs. What makes you think your AI is going to be any different? What makes you think your AI is going to be any fucking different? And so you have this band in this small town who are fucking amazing. And Barry even says it himself, like, if we survive this, I'm going to sign these guys. I mean, hell, they're making their own moonshine. They have this bitchin' song, crazy light show. These guys are super talented. The issue is they don't know anyone. There's no one there who's going to like try to ride their coattails. There's no one there who's going to push them forward into the public eye. And for Alan, that was Barry. Barry pushed Alan into his fame. And I think that's something else that this game plays around with, is that like you can make the most amazing art in the world. Like, if you don't have a cheerleader, if you don't have somebody pushing for your art to get in front of eyeballs, to get in front of ears, you're just gonna sit there. And it's sad, because when you look at Alan, the darkness and Hartman should be pursuing him because he writes good, because they love his art. They're pursuing him because of his fame. It's his fame, not his art that they're after. It's his fame. Whereas if you look at the Asgard guys, and I could be completely off. Someone at Remedy could be like, this guy has no fucking idea what he's talking about, which is cool, which I love. But then you look at the Asgard guys, no one's writing their coattails. They've made these amazing songs, and who knows, maybe the darkness has kind of played off of that music at some point in their history. No, probably not.
And also, at what point did Remedy look at themselves and go, "Are we?" When they released this game, were they portraying themselves as Alan Wake? They had the successful Max Payne 1 and 2 at that point. I don't know if they had anything else in between this and Alan Wake or that and Alan Wake, but they had this huge success and they kind of branched off like, I'm done with this character. I want to go do something else.
Mhm.
And we're starting to see like, hey, they are struggling maybe to find that, or you know what I mean? Like, at what point did they realize that they themselves were Alan Wake, or they resembled Alan Wake in some way?
Well, and that's
Like you
Alan.
said last week, you tend to write about yourself more because you know yourself.
Mhm. Well, and that's Alan trying to get away from. I forget the detective character that he created. That's Alan trying to get away from his detective character as well. Alex, is it
Right.
Alex Casey?
I think it is.
I forget the character. I always forget the character's name. But
I went to the page to find it and it's not there. I'm like, God damn it, of course it's not.
I do love that what brings Alan back to realizing where his week went is drinking moonshine.
Right.
And I love that because you never know when a stroke of an idea is going to strike you. You never know what it's going to be that gets you over that hump. And for Alan in this, and sometimes for someone it's alcohol. Sometimes it's just like a night of booze and I'm like, oh my God, I have it. I need paper. I need a pen. I need to write it down. Somebody, anybody?
Oh yeah. By the way, 7 years from Max Payne 2 to Alan Wake.
Okay. So they took their time.
They did. They had the partnership with Microsoft in 2006 and on into 2016, but still,
And
like, that makes sense.
I wonder how it shook up with Rockstar. Like, I don't think Remedy owned the Max Payne name, or else or if they had at any point, we would have seen it. They would have made a reference to it because, God damn it, Josh, there's ads in this game. There's ads. There was a
So
Mustang.
many fucking ads.
There's a Mustang ad. I think I listened to a radio ad the other night. It was an actual radio ad.
And I don't know if it's just the remaster that does it. There's a ton of like Easter eggs that are hidden in chapter 2. If you look at Sarah's office, and on top of one of the filing cabinets is a letter from the Control Bureau.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Which makes me think it's only the remaster. I don't think they would have gone back and like done it for the original, but I'm like, that's still pretty fucking cool.
Maybe you should check it out. Maybe pull out the original and bust it out.
I think I'm gonna have to.
Maybe it'd be nuts if it was like, wait a minute, hold on, they've had this plan the whole time. These sick fucks.
They did this what?
These sick fucks. But yeah, to go back to the coattail riding stuff. I mean, anytime you have something successful and you have something with eyeballs on it, what's right around the corner? We'd like to work some ads into this if we could. So you've got ads all over this thing.
Yeah. Okay, so they were recovering. I'm looking at like the story behind it. After Max Payne 1 and 2, they were quote unquote recovering from the crunch because they released Max Payne 1 in 2001 and then the sequel in 2003.
Yeah, that was a fucking quick turnaround on those two. Because I could have sworn Max Payne 1 was like 99, but wow.
And they said like one of the concepts they had were just like this deeper narrative story, but kind of centered on like a Stephen King novel or and David Lynch in a particular Twin Peaks episodic format, which like, yeah, that makes sense because it does really well in both senses.
Yeah, I think they captured the feel of Twin Peaks. I think they've got some really good King influence. Hell, they've even got some oh fuck, why am I blanking on his name? Guy who did The Birds and Rear Window. I'll think of it later.
Oh, and it looks like the reason why it took so long to release was because originally they were going to go for like a Grand Theft Auto, like free roaming open world city.
Hence the cars.
Very much the cars, which makes a lot of sense.
They're like, we can't just throw the cars away. That makes sense. It does. There are parts of the island that feel very open world.
Yes. I mean, just, oh, fuck. The very last chapter. I know we were getting way ahead of ourselves, but god damn.
God damn that last chapter. So episode 4, I think episode 4 is easily the best episode in the game, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, just the stage fight alone is so fucking good.
Stage fight's amazing. Just a great set piece. And then I really do like the lodge, or the lake lodge.
Yeah,
Barry showing that he's more than capable to handle himself. Thomas Zane, the reveal that Alan wrote Thomas Zane back into existence.
yes.
Episode 5, it's also pretty good. Like, this one feels more like the whole town is. This feels like the turning point of the game. This feels like, the darkness is like, oh shit, they're onto us. All right, throw everything at them. And it's just you running through town. It's basically you replaying the first part of episode 1, but in night.
Yes, I mean, literally, the darkness trying to stop you at every single point.
Mhm.
And the fact that the sheriff, Sarah, has like a code word that she has for her dad, who's an ex-cop, and a bunch of his buddies to basically like prepare themselves for a situation like this.
Jesus. And you also find out that Sarah has read some of Alan Wake's books, and
Mhm.
uh, on the opposite end. So if episode 4 was about people writing your coattails, I think episode 5 is kind of about the people that influence your writing, or the critics that you have. Sarah's very critical of some of Alan's early work. Thought that he leaned a little too heavily on metaphor. Another major, and again, Barry shows that he's more than capable. He gets separated from the group, comes back looking like a fucking Christmas tree and ready to kick ass.
Seriously, by far one of the most useful side characters I've ever seen.
Right. I remember playing it now and him popping back up. I was like, oh fuck, isn't this guy a pain in the ass? No, not at all. I would fight to the death for Barry, and he would fight to the death for me.
I mean, seriously, he's like one of the only. Even Alice got fucked.
Yeah,
He's seriously like one of the only characters that Alan was like, know what? Kind of gonna keep this guy alive at all costs, so I'm gonna make sure he gets everything to save him. But everybody else, fuck off.
He's like, Alice, I'm gonna go stand on the bridge. You stand in the dark.
I hope you like swimming.
Get in the water. I'm going to the bridge. What's her name? Weaver. We said it earlier. Weaver's in this one. Cynthia Weaver. She's the guardian of the light. She's been the woman putting out all the boxes, writing over and over again. The darkness controls the take and all that stuff. I think she needs a few more things to write on the walls. They tend to repeat a little bit.
Oh yeah, especially in chapter 4.
Especially in chapter 5 or 6.
Oh.
6.
Oh, 6, dear lord, there's so many.
I can only see the same one so many times. But no, so they're all trying to get to the electric station, the power station. Barry, Sarah, and Alan get the helicopter. They crash, of course. There's issues. Alan gets separated, of course, losing most of his items.
Hold on now, we're getting a really cool part of the final stand at the helicopter pad.
Oh yeah, they're
We have
starting
to
up
hold
the,
off the darkness.
they're starting up the helicopter, and Alan has to hold off the darkness. That is really sweet, because the
It's
helicopter's
sweet.
like whirling up behind you.
Yep.
And you're just fighting, and you don't really know when it's going to be ready, because it sounds like it's ready for a while, and you're like, nope, still gotta keep.
And even
killing.
when it's ready, I'm pretty sure you still have the darkness attacking you. You basically have to like fight your way through it.
Fight your way through it, get back to the helicopter, get the fuck out of there. That is a really good
Yeah.
fight. That is probably one of my favorite fights. You have some light obstacles that you can set up.
There's a ton of flares. There's a ton of flashbangs, ton of ammunition and weapons around.
And
So good.
I got to the point where I was like, I need to use everything, because I'm probably gonna fall off this helicopter and lose all my shit. And lo and behold, I fell off the helicopter and lost a bunch of my shit.
Yep. Use everything. And it's like, come on. For of all protag, I give like Samus Aran shit because she loses her powers every fucking game. But at least she can hold on to her fucking blaster. This motherfucker can't even hold on to a fucking flare.
I was gonna say, does Alan not have pockets?
He literally is wearing a fucking coat.
Where are your pockets, sir? Put the shit in your pockets.
It's all decorative. These are fake, false pockets.
False pockets. I do love the inclusion of Cynthia Weaver here. She's kind of been, on the outskirts of everything. People will be like, oh, she was what was it, Kane? Thomas Kane?
Thomas Zane.
She was Thomas Zane's muse, and Alice serves as Alan's muse. And this is just a fascinating episode about muses and what muses drive writers to do, and just kind of how phony the idea of a muse can be, like putting that responsibility on somebody when it's like, no, you, no, just go write. Like it's not me that's driving you to write. Just go write, dude. Like it was in you. Like calm down with that muse shit.
Yeah, and it's in Alice's sense, I think it's more like love than muse. Where with Cynthia Weaver, you can definitely tell Thomas Zane was definitely using her, or at least it felt like it.
Well, and you can tell her being the guardian of the light, she feels very burdened.
Yes.
She's very over it. She like at the when Alan meets up with her, there's an bulb out or something. She's like, "You go change it." There's people.
Well, no, there's bulb whatever is about to burn out, so I don't have to go back there and change it. Thank God.
Yeah, and the bulb is I see the bulb as like, sure, it's the light keeping the darkness out, but the bulb is Zane's ability to, work creatively. She's like, "Oh, he's about to burn out. Can you look, I've helped him. Can you go help him? Can you go do that for me?" But yeah, when you make someone your muse, when you make someone the person who drives you to write, you're putting that stress on them as well. Cause it's like, oh well, if I'm his muse, I must hold myself to a higher standard and I must serve as this muse. I've always thought the concept of a muse was really weird. Like, just go write your shit. Go write your
Yeah,
fucking
it's
shit. Shut up. You need a fucking muse. Shut the fuck up.
yeah.
There, and we've got some muses listening that are like, this fucking bastard. He's outing us as muses. Prick. This goddamn prick.
You're not wrong though. They didn't say you were wrong. They just said you called them out.
I do like the clicker being real. It's nice to see that something that Alan wrote about, or it's nice to see that the memory he's shared with Alice was actually a real thing. At least at this point. Like, we don't know if it could have been him just writing it in the manuscript.
But it begs the question, like I said before, as I yawn. Oh shoot, that's the dad yawn. So
ahead.
Thomas Zane was around in the 70s.
Mhm.
No one can find any information on him. However, Barry is able to find information on him and his lover. I don't know
Weaver.
if they were married or no, not Weaver. The one
Jagger.
Jagger, the one who drowned. So it's like he was able to find that, but beyond that, they couldn't find anything else. However,
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
manuscript that's in the box with the clicker is of Alan's memory when he was a kid. So it's like, what came first, the egg or the chicken?
They wrote about each other. It was each other. Yeah, so I always forget that Barbara Jagger was Zane's original muse. But I think her becoming the darkness is like the result of her being a muse. It's like that added pressure. And so when, Barbara stops being Zane's muse. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, girl. You want to keep my lights going? You want to keep my lights on?
You're the best, babe. Appreciate you. I'll be back. He never came back.
Baby, you keep my fire lit. I swear. But that's all I got. That's all I got on these two. What you got? Anything else? Easily the best stretch of the game. These two chapters right here.
Oh, very much so. And then I think episode 6 is just not a complete letdown, but it's pretty fucking bad.
Oh, it's dog shit.
It
It's
is.
dog shit. You can say it's dog shit here.
Yeah, it's dog shit. I mean, and it's not in this. Like, I like the fact that it's. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I like the fact that it's you fighting your way to the lake.
I do like that it's kind of like it's the end of it's funny you've played this, I haven't. It's the end of Death Stranding when you have to go all the way back.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, but Death Stranding did it so much better.
Yeah, it's just rough because the driving doesn't feel good.
No.
You're constantly stopping. You're getting the object there. We'll get into it next episode. Let's save it for
Yeah, we
next
will.
episode.
Yeah.
Let's get the funk out of here. This episode's running long. We're almost looking at 2 hours here. Maybe it'll be a little shorter after I edit it down. We'll see. But folks, we're gonna get out of here. You can keep up with me, Nick. I've got a Blue Sky, nickkaufman.com. That's also my website where you can check out all my writings, including my stuff from Game Chronicles and Hard Drive. Hard Drive Magazine, the satire site. You know it, you love it. Go look at my pregnant Marcus Fenix that I drew. It's really good.
And his Screaming Pikmin coming soon.
And my Screaming Pikmin. We'll see if anybody. I pitched that during the show. We'll see if that picked up on anybody. You can also find me on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch, I'm usually doing Wordle, so you may find me doing Wordle randomly. Josh, where can the people find you?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere, and I'm Josh Saying. You can also see my latest review, Revenge of the Savage Planet, on Game Chronicles while it's still up.
Nice. The site will still be up. They're just he's just archiving.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, it's just harder to find stuff when it's archived. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know. But go look for it anyway. And then, hey, Smashing Game Time, we have a website, smashinggametime.com. Go check it out. Podcast is there. We've got written words. We'll have a few more written words there after Gody So. So, yeah, the words are coming. We promise. Just like George R.R. Martin and those pizzas. They're coming. Thank you, as always, to Alex Marvin Clark for our intro and outro song, Hunt 'Em Down. We have a link to his SoundCloud down in the show notes. Go check his stuff out. Great guy. Fun guy. Amazing guy. Go look him up.
Have you heard from him?
No, I haven't. But wherever you are, Al, we love you. We love you, Al. Wait, am I Barry? Am I Barry? Al.
Where's Barry?
Am I Barry? God damn it. All right, we're going to get out of here. Everybody, this has been Smashing Game Time. We hope you had a smashing great time. We'll see each and every one of you next time.